The one thing that keeps OCD going is this false sense of urgency to keep on trying to figure it out, to prove to yourself that you have that certainty and that it's okay to move on. That word urgency is perhaps the most important thing to understand about OCD. It is not a real sense of urgency. It's a trap, it's a trick, and OCD is an absolute master at disguising that trick, at coming up with all of these ingenious ways to make you believe that you need to start thinking about that thing now. You need to prove to yourself that things are okay, that you're safe, that nothing bad is going to happen, that that thought didn't actually mean anything. And the more that you try to prove that, the more that you're actually giving away your personal power. And we do not want to give away our personal power because that's our choice. If you give that away, what you're effectively doing is you're disempowering yourself. You're saying that your fear, the thoughts, the anxiety are stronger than you, that when those things come up, you have no option, you have no choice, you just have to do the compulsion. And therefore, in the future when those things come up, you're going to have to keep on doing compulsions to make yourself feel okay. And it's a really negative cycle that we get stuck in. The more that you find yourself doing those compulsions, the more that you want to do those compulsions. And over time, our world becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. We stop doing the things that we really care about. We start avoiding all sorts of situations because, we don't want the uncertainty and the anxiety and the fear to come up. And, it's a really negative place to find yourself. And just briefly, this Thursday, the 2nd of July, I'm hosting a free live workshop, Breaking the OCD Loop. We'll cover the first steps out of that loop, and you can ask me anything that you like. It will be happening at 8 p.m. Central European Time, 7 p.m. UK time, and 1 p.m. Eastern. There's a link in the description. Feel free to come and join me. The good news is, though, that you can prove to yourself that you can start taking a different course of action in these situations, that you don't have to keep on listening to that sense of urgency, and you can actually plot a new and different path. And when you do, you actually sow the seeds of change. If you keep on doing what you've always done, then of course you're going to stay stuck. But when that urgency comes up, rather than it being a signal that straight away you need to start trying to figure it out and to have more certainty, actually what you can do is to begin to spot the pattern behind the OCD. Really, urgency is a pattern, it's a signal, it's something that's coming up a lot around specific thoughts for you that are particularly triggering. And what happens is whenever that pattern comes up, you instantly, or not instantly, but perhaps very quickly, give away your personal power and start doing those compulsions. If in that moment instead you can pause, you can try to recognize what is the pattern that's happening here? What are the typical thoughts that are coming up? What are the sensations like in my body? How does it feel right now to be triggered in this way? And remind yourself that actually that urgency, rather than being a reason for why you should start to overthink something, is actually more of a reason to let it go, to come back to the present moment. If we don't do that, unfortunately, it's almost like we're kind of digging this ditch and we're getting ourselves deeper and deeper into this hole. And rather than actually stopping digging, we tend to think, well, I just need to dig a little bit more. And we're getting ourselves more and more trapped. But that's what we do when we're really trying to have certainty about OCD. This is what I spent years doing myself, digging that hole, getting myself deeper and deeper, realizing what was going on, but carrying on doing the same thing anyway. Not because I wanted to, not because perhaps I didn't know better, but because I got in a situation, my dog is about to bark at somebody, where I just felt that I needed to get that certainty all the time. I had to think about it, I had to disprove it, I had to use reason and logic. But reason and logic is part of the thing that's got you stuck. When urgency comes up, it tells us, hey, you need to think about this one more time, and then you can move on with the rest of your day. Then you can be happy. But we know that that's a lie. The reality is, when you think about it one more time, Then you want to think about it again, and a third time, and a fourth time. Or perhaps you want to think about it from this angle and that angle. And before we know what's going on, the problem is growing. The rumination starts to get out of hand. And that's because the more that you begin to ruminate about something, the bigger the threat actually seems. By ruminating about something endlessly, you're sending this message to your subconscious mind that that thing that you're ruminating about is actually dangerous. It is actually a problem that needs to be solved in some way. Because you're thinking about it so much, you're going over it again and again. Of course, your mind is going to start believing that thing is bad, is dangerous, because you're having to spend so much time thinking about it all the time. When you instead learn how to recognize that trigger and that feeling that you need to think about it right now, that false sense of urgency is just that. It's a false alarm. It's a system that is firing and going off when it doesn't need to. And that actually you can learn to let that go. You can learn to refocus your attention elsewhere. You can learn to allow the difficult sensations to be. You can focus onto valued activities and people and things that are meaningful to you. And you can build this resilience, this kind of determination that when that feeling comes up, you begin to prove to yourself little by little over time that you can do different things. You don't just have to fall back into the old habit of doing the OCD and looking for that certainty. And the more that you prove that to yourself, over time, the more confident you feel. You start spending more time present in your life with your values, with the people, with the things that you really want to be focused on. You can begin to start living in a way that is more aligned with your values and goals, and not so much focused on trying to get rid of your fears and trying to have certainty all the time. For me, this has been something that's been, a real game changer in my life, and this is what I spend my time doing now, is helping people on my programs with OCD and anxiety. We go over a lot of the things that I spent many years learning about the hard way. We focus on things like acceptance commitment therapy, exposure. So if you'd like to find out more about those programs, you can by heading over to my website, robertjamescoaching.com. There's a link in the show notes. So really hope that you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions for me, do please let me know, and I will see you next time. This video is for education only. It's not therapy or medical advice. If you're struggling, please speak with a licensed mental health professional.